Okay, in part C, we have g, which is a new function, is going to be defined by g of x is equal to the integral from -1 to x of f of t dt. And we want to find the value of g of -1/2 if it exists, or explain why g of -1/2 cannot be determined. Now here where it talks about f of t or f of x, there's two ways to look at it. We know that the power series that's in part B, the 1 plus x plus 1 plus x plus 1 quantity squared, etc. That is the that is the Taylor series for f about x equals -1. So that is a power series. It's also a Taylor series for this function about x equals -1. Well, what is the function f that is the Taylor series for? Well, it's none other than -1 over x. And so all we are really doing here is then saying that if I want to find the integral -1 to x of f of t dt, and I want to specifically find the value of g when x is equal to -1/2, is just equal to the integral from -1 to -1/2 of f of x dx. Now it doesn't really matter whether I use f of t dt or f of x dx. Since we're actually plugging in the x value, I'm safe to use x values here because my x values are going to vary from -1 to -1/2. And since I already know what f of x is, that's -1 over x, then this integral is just the negative of the integral from -1 to -1/2 of 1 over x dx. And that is just going to be negative the ln of absolute value of x evaluated at -1/2 minus ln of absolute value of x evaluated at -1. Now that negative sign out in the front can really be applied to the natural log, and so an easier way of doing this might be to have ln of absolute value of 1 over x evaluated at -1/2 minus ln absolute value of 1 over x evaluated at -1. Alright, so I'm going to scroll up a little bit here, and simplifying or plugging in here, I will get the natural log of absolute value of 1 over -1/2 is going to be -2, but the absolute value of -2 is +2, so that's just ln of 2. And we're going to subtract from that the natural log of the absolute value of 1 over -1. And 1 over -1 is -1, but the absolute value of that is +1, so we have the natural log, of 1. And because the natural log of 1 is 0, the final answer there is the natural log of 2. So you can see what we did there, and this is really the simplest way of going about doing that. There are other ways of getting down to that same answer, but in this video I will just go through it that way. We'll go on to part D in the next video.